Right, Tony.
Yes.
Really pleased to meet you, mate.
And you.
You know, I've been a big fan of yours for a long time.
Wow.
You've been cropping up in the gangster films like for the last hour.
Like a rash.
You know? You've got Bonded by Blood 2 coming out soon. You've got We Still the Old Way.
Yeah.
London Heist.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how it all started? How'd you get in the game?
It's well, it goes back quite a way now. I used to box. You can't tell though, can you? No.
You didn't take many punches.
No, I always say it's £1,000. Don't hit me in the face. And I come down the gym one day, a film shoot, and a film crew, beg your pardon. I wasn't there, and they was looking for a big white heavyweight, but a skinny heavyweight, and which I was. I mean, back then.
What you were talking about?
Oh, I'll tell you what the film is, and then they give you an idea because I'm punchy, so time is. I can't give you dates. It was called The Power of One, and it was Stephen Dolph's first film.
1992.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and they come down and they wanted, like I say, skinny heavyweight. I fitted the bill, but I weren't there. And Teddy Haynes used to run the Henry Cooper pub then, and it was Warner Brothers. And he said, I know an heavyweight to fit that bill. I was barely like heavyweight, it was like heavyweight. And I got to part with another heavyweight who turned the game in and became a rugby legend as well, Adam Foggy. And the both of us didn't know each other, knew of each, well, I knew of him, I didn't know me. And then we ended up sparring in the film, and you know, it was graft. There was nothing else back there, you know. Black eyes. In fact, I had a shiner in one of the scenes. Yeah. Right. So that was where it all. And the embryo.
So did you get a taste for it then?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah. Because also it's my backyard, wasn't it? Boxing, so I could have been, you know, initiated with a better film.
Was that Peacocks you used to go to?
Or? No, that was Henry Cooper in the Old Kent Road.
Right.
Yeah. Even though I come out of the East End, yeah. I used to box for a South London club called Eltham.
Right. Mm. So can I run through some of the people that you've actually been in films with?
Help me out.
You've been in films like Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Can I just stop you on Daniel Craig, because this is what I can't believe.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig, when they phoned me up about that film, because he was in what you said, what's it called again? God,
In the Name of the Father.
Yeah, no, the one prior to that.
Oh, The Power of One.
Power of One.
Oh,
that was his first film.
Oh, really?
Right, and he was brought up to the gym because they wanted him and Stephen Dolph to have a fight, right? And because they went to school as kids, as they grew up, they went to a par fight. He became a South African police officer, Daniel Craig, and Stephen Dolph, obviously in defence of what was going on out there. And they had to have a fight, so they wanted them to both look like they could have a tear up. So I had him for a week up the Beckett, up the Henry Cooper, moving round. So in all fairness, right, I taught James Bond how to throw a right hand. How about that?
that's a good little story.
Yeah.
And then right, so Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, Missing You Already. Yeah.
Jacqueline Bisset.
Yeah.
Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah.
Michael Caine.
Yeah. That was Shiner, Michael Caine.
Right.
Malcolm McDowell was Gangster #1. I really enjoyed that.
That's a good film.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah,
it's a good film. And then you got Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, well, he's been in a couple of Power One, and what was the other one he was in? Oh, it escapes me. Go on. That's because too many punches.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Or Swayze.
Yeah.
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
Sir John Gielgud.
Yeah.
Sir John Hurt.
Yeah.
And Toni Collette.
So, Toni Collette, she was in Missing You Already. Yeah.
She was about a boy as well, I think. I think she was a.
Could possibly.
But anyway,
yeah.
you've worked with some notches, and you've taught Daniel Craig how to fight. So
yeah. No, James Bond. Let's say it pretty right. JB, come on.
Can't he get you a part in the next one then?
I ain't voiced it before, but I might put on his shirts out. Yeah.
You should do. You know what I mean?
Remember me?
Yeah. So, but coming more up to date, We Still the Old Way.
Yeah.
And We Still Kill the Old Way.
Yeah.
Fun to shoot?
Absolutely. I mean, like, to listen to stories, I've been blessed to sit there and listening to the anecdotes from years ago, and oh, I couldn't have been in a better place to. You think you know, you hear stories, blah blah blah, but some of these were corkers, you know. Yeah, blew me away. Yeah.
Can you elaborate on any?
No, I'd be talking out of turn, wouldn't I? You know what I mean? I'm not grass. Come on.
And then Bonded by Blood 2 you've got coming up as well. You've got, who'd you play in that?
Do you know what? I think it might be Frank. It's a character's name.
It's a short part, but it's a pretty
literally
part,
just come in, dig me blaze out, and go to work, basically. Yeah.
Martin Delaney.
Great actor, great.
He is. Yeah. We've interviewed him before actually. Yeah. He's a good actor. He's on the way up. But there's some in Bonded by Blood 2. There's some really good actors in there. You know, got George Russell.
Oh, he's another kid that should be on the box all the time.
Yeah, he is really good.
Yeah.
Do you think there's sort of like a snobbery about British gangster films?
Well, they have been saturated, haven't they? The films, I mean,
but there's a big appetite out there, though. And
no getting away from that. Like you say, the snobbery is there's too many. You've rinsed this one, you've done this one, but what you've said there with Bonded by Blood 2, it's brought proper actors into it, and it's a great film.
It is a great film. Yeah, it's definitely Softcott's best movie.
No, I beg to differ. I think that we still kill the old ways.
And Greg, the director Greg, he's got a good future, I think.
Yeah, Greg Hall, yeah.
He's really done, and he's a very laid back director.
Do you know what? He said 2 words to me, do this, and I've done it, and he went, thank you, and that was it. Yeah. He went, thank you. I did get that right, thank you.
But he seems to know what he wants. You know what I mean? He's thought about it. Yeah. He's already there, and you know he's certainly one for the future. Until sort of we still steal the old way, we still kill the old way. You haven't really. You've always been a bit part actor.
Yeah.
And I really can't understand that because I think you can act. So, what's going to the future? Do you think, are you going to be more of the main cast in some films? Or?
Well, I'd like to. I mean, I'll never turn that away. But sometimes I choke on a day, and directors remember it. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things. I know I can do it, and it's selling yourself at that time. So it's a bit of a misnomer. You know what I mean? But yeah, please God, one day be a lead in a film. You never know.
I mean, there's hopefully you're going to get something together with Missing Greenwood. Hopefully that will take off. It's a great part. It's a good storyline, and it's something I've never done before, and I'd love to do it. Yeah, I'd love to it for it to be happening now to get under my belt. And there is something possibly of Menfurter.
Yes, yeah, and that's a good script. That's a clever little. Obviously, again another London turnout, but it's solid in what's going on. You know, it's relevant and it's current. So I want to be on board with that one. Yeah.
Who's your favourite director you've worked with over the years?
Jim Sheridan. I mean, I've got to go that route. He's the governor. I mean, for me then, but also Sacha Bennett. What a lovely man. Lovely man. And lets you get on with it. Lets you experiment. And then it just pulls you back nicely if it ain't what he wants. Yeah, so up there. That's what I would say, yeah.
And any news on the follow-up to We Still Steal the Old Way? I know the film hasn't come out yet. But
no, I ain't seen it. I've read the script. It's a good script, very clever. It sort of revolves around the first one. That's what I'm going to tell you, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's on the buzz on them. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it.
I think there might even be a follow-up to Bonded by Blood 2.
Go on. Really?
I think there might be. I mean, I'm only going by what was in the extras on the DVD.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? But after seeing it, I think there's definitely going to be.
Well, I'm still alive in that one.
That's right. That's right. So it might be your calling card. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, who's your favourite actor that you've worked with?
No, that's
you haven't got to single it out.
Yeah,
you could just say. You could just, just give a,
Well, I've got to say, like, the most dedicated actor, Daniel Day-Lewis. All right, and then coming through that, there's several in there up there that I wouldn't want to put above one another. You know what I mean? They're on a plateau. Yeah. There's Paul Bettany. Like I've said, even the young guns coming through, George Russo, Mike Delaney, Craig. I like working with Craig, and also Frank Harper.
Josh Miles was the other geezer I was thinking
Yeah,
about.
Josh is coming through the ranks. Yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah, he's got a good look, powerful looking.
We met him on the set of Rise of the Foot Soldier 3, and he's a funny character.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that. Yeah, I watched him in I think it was Rio, like one of the white collar hooligan
Full of Rise of the White Collar Hooligan. You was in the first one, wasn't you?
I was second one. Second one, yeah.
Right.
And he came across really well in that. I thought, well, he's going to march on from there. Yeah. Not forgetting this is about me, of course. You know.
And even your son's coming into the game now.
Yeah, my boy Sonny. Yeah, his name's Sonny Denham. Yeah, about that. Yeah, he's done it all on his own. He's 19 now, and he got a good part in Ballstall. And he's done another tilly little bit in another film, but they've offered him more work, this particular company, and I'm really pleased for him because it's what he wants to do. He loves music and all that.
West Ham fan?
Oh, Chelsea.
Oh, is he?
Oh. But again, I think
it must be a big disappointment.
Oh well, but the thing is, because I don't indoctrinate him with it. You know, I mean, I love him to do a bit of boxing. He's a natural, but he just music and acting. That's all he wants to do.
Good luck to him.
He's
got his whole future ahead of him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, have you ever worked on a film that you've really hated it, where the atmosphere's been really bad?
No, I felt uneasy on films where I thought I'm not doing my best here. I'm not coming across, and. That's when I think I don't want to be here. It's not because of anyone else, it's because I was getting it wrong. And it resonated in me and I thought, oh, come on, you've got to rise now. And what it was, at that time, it was not because I wasn't drinking water. I needed a bit of refreshment. I was just bring myself down where I was fretting so much.
Yeah. Have you had any formal training at all, acting training?
Street. Yeah. So on the boxing ring. Every fighter I know, or I did know, they're all actors, you know. Yeah. So yeah, that's the only training of it.
You had a little bit of boxing with Carlton Leach, didn't you?
Yeah, mate, yeah. That was for a charity.
Was that Help for Heroes? Was it?
Yeah, but in all fairness, I would never do it again for Help for Heroes. Now what I've since found out, only 13% goes to the soldiers and 87% is done in administration charges. I've done it since. I do an act called Tommy Trooper, which is Tommy Cooper, and I dress up in a soldier's outfit, but it's like Rolstriff top, medals out here. But that's for an organisation called the Not Forgotten, and every tanner earned goes to them. And I've done two there, and I've done one for the ex-fighters. John Conti, remember John Conti?
Yeah,
man, John.
Oh, let's go back to the 70s.
Yeah, but he was a Muhammad Ali, and I did it, and he was laughing his head off.
John Conti, John H.
Tracy, yeah.
Did they fought each other?
No, they never.
Did they?
No. I'll tell you, he told a story one night. I don't know if it's not relevant to what you want to know, but John H. Tracy, John Conti, Alan Minter were in the ABAs, and they both boxed this geezer called, and I forgot, it's Bobby, it's the double B name, and he beat a pair of them, and John Conti went, thank God he never turned pro. How about that?
Do you still do some boxing now or sparring?
Well, funny enough, you've got an exclusive here of Not boxed since I had another fight after Colton Leach with a guy called Kevin Ritchie. He was 1996 silver world heavyweight medalist, and we went toe to toe. And it was a good fight, and that was for charity. And I put it all to bed then. But all of a sudden, I fancy another one. You know, I don't know what it is.
You just enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I was out in Northern Cyprus, and I was lucky. I got invited down, not by David, but it was his gym, David Hayes' gym in Northern Cyprus, and I got invited down, and it was a fantastic gym. From outside, it's spitting sawdust. You know what I mean? It looks terrible, but when you go in, it's colossal. And I was moving around, and there's a funny story there. After a second time I was there, the guy said, "Do you want to spar?" I said, "Nah." He said, "Why not?" I said, "No gum shield." He said, "Oh, we got a gum shield." I went, "No arsehole." And they got it. I didn't think it'd travel, but they got it. Yeah.
I mean, when you're watching films yourself, you you must think, "Oh, that's a part I'd really like to play."
There's been a few over the years. I thought, "I missed the boat," yeah. But
what would you really like? What would be your ideal character to play?
Well, always. I mean, the only thing I really learnt at school, and I read it just before I was taking an English exam, Mice and Men, and obviously George.
Yeah.
All right. It's not hard work, but it would be hard work for me, and I'd like that. Just that little bit of, where I'd have to push myself to make it look like I was a Dinlow, because I'm not. All right. But that would be my ideal film, to play that part, that character.
And you're involved in film work-wise as well, on a in a separate industry.
That's my bread and butter. Yeah.
So what exactly do you do?
Behind the scenes, I do security. When I say security, it's more location support, location liaison. It's when we're a big circus on big films. When we turn up, we just take over areas, don't we? So there's parking's got to be, and then you need a base for this, the unit, and then perimeter security for the old paps. And I'm well known in that area and all that stuff. I've thrown a couple out before, and they're not best pleased, but they ain't got the buzz of what I've done now, because they could have thrown a few stories in there. Well, I've told them to leave politely, and I have polished his finger.
Have you got any ambitions to actually work on a production of a film?
What I'd like to do is the stuff that I've done in the past with actors that are coming up, is then appear with them, where they've seen me behind the camera, where I've looked after them, and all of a sudden they're going, "But he's one of my peers now." You know what I'm saying? I'd love that. I mean, I've had it with ADs, first ADs looked at me and they've gone, "Are you in front of the camera, or are you looking after us? What are you doing today?" And some have stigmatised it, and some get on with it, And so I'd really like to do that with one of the leads I've looked after in the film. That'd be a back of the net one. Yeah.
Do you get noticed a lot when you're walking down the street, or are you having a part?
It depends. I mean, I totally forget sometimes that if I'm with my boy and my girl and I'm out walking, then all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, that man was looking at you, Dad." And I go, "Well, what's he looking at me for?" And I just don't take it on board. And then they go, "Oh, hello. Do you mind if I shake your hand?" Yeah, and it's a G for her. But
you never get anyone leery if it's
not as much as like other cast members of the Football Factory. Some of them been, horrendous to them. You know what I mean? To put it on top of them, and I ain't been privy to it. But on my own.
You're a big geezer.
Yeah, what they do is they come into you first, and then they, "Oh, your mate, you're a legend," blah blah blah, and then you're having a drink with them, and all they say something out of turn, and you think, "I ain't suffering that. Yeah. What'd you say that for? You don't know me." And it goes nasty then, because I just thought, I'm not going to wear that. You're going to wear it. Oh.
I mean, Football Factory is a massive film.
Yeah,
it sold over 1 million copies on DVD.
Yeah.
How was it making that?
It was great. It was such a grin. There was no ego.
How long was the shoot?
I think it was only a 4-weeker.
Right.
But like I say, there was no egos on there. And Nick Love, he just you fucking do that. He's like got Tourette's.
Is he like? Yeah.
He's on you. I can't want it like this. No, you're doing it wrong. Come on, Bob, and pull you into place.
How do people take that?
Well, he's just gone with it because we all knew it was something special. We all knew the way he'd got his head around it and how he wanted to deliver it and be seen on the screen. He got it right. And everyone you speak to go, oh, you know, it used to be the Bible for all that the football thuggery used to be Gary Oldman and
the Fun.
The Fun.
Yeah.
But we've sort of transcended that. You know what I mean?
The Football Factory was a great film.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, and they missed the boat by not making a 2 or a prequel or whatever.
There's a massive appetite for it.
Yeah,
massive appetite
for that particular one. It got it right, and the ingredients had it all. You know what I mean? And they missed out.
You haven't heard that about there could be a sequel, have you?
No one's ever approached me about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Perhaps. They probably think, well, he's too old now.
No, but if you go, I mean, we go a lot of games. We followed England all over Europe and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of the boys
there was one there.
They're still doing it.
There could have been with the Russians. We could have had the Russians because they took a liberty out there.
We was down
with straight girls with their kids. You know what I mean?
We was down in Marseille for the game.
Yeah.
We filmed it as well. We had like over 1 million views on YouTube in just like 4 or 5 days. But what happened in Marseille was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You've got Gary Lineker and you've got the FA and the press at home slating us off
when
they don't know what the fuck's happening.
No.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. You pigeonhole straight away,
yeah.
and they're not gonna look at you in any sort of good light. No. They just want to defame you and slaughter you. Regards to it being all them Russians, they were soldiers.
Yeah,
they were soldiers in the military.
Dusters and told out.
Yeah, and I'm just saying they're picking on on the weak links.
Yeah, I mean, just lads want to go and have a laugh now and then. That's all it was. You know what I mean? And then they moan there's all these bottles down there. Well, fucking pick the bottles up and clear them up. They're spending enough money on the booze.
Yeah.
They probably spent all the fans probably spend like.
So imagine the returns on that you could have got.
That's right. In the good old days, mate.
Yeah. Someone walk around with a couple of crates.
Yeah. Have you ever had a punch up on the terraces, or you not? Was you ever in that sort of?
No, that's not. No.
That wasn't you.
No.
You don't go down West Ham no more.
I would never roll around on a floor with someone. Again, it's not my peer, and I don't know how that's going to come across. But I mean, if I come home with if I went to school with a black eye. And one of the chaps said, "Who gave you the black eye?" I said, "No one gave me. I had to fight for it." It's because I box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I've not that street stuff nonsense. If you come on top, I do it, but I wouldn't put myself out of it. Yeah. I'm at the terraces now.
And West Ham wise, you don't go.
Nah, they've broke me heart so many times. They're in my veins, but at the end of the day. I want part of any more money, not just because of them. But I mean, any football. I mean, the money that the footballers on is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's killed.
And I don't want to go with that route, but it's just like.
I mean, money's killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got. I mean, whether you favour the Olympic Stadium or not, but I'm not a West Ham fan. I'm Leighton Orient, but it would break my heart if we left Brisbane Road, and I certainly wouldn't want to go to the Olympic Stadium.
No.
Saying that, anything would be better than our chairman at the moment who's destroying us. But anyway. That's another story.
Yeah, we've got plenty of that. It's all like you said. It's all about the tanner.
Just killing it. I mean, when you got
that was a big sigh.
And you got one thing, one extreme to another, because you got football where money's watching it, British football.
Yeah.
And then you got British film where there's
no money in it at all. Yeah. You're chasing the pan over there.
Yeah, and so there's so many free beers and people do it for the love of it. It really is a shame that we don't support our industry better.
No, I mean, and also you said something there about 1 million units were sold for the Football Factory. Prior to it coming out, I know that 350,000 was bootleg.
Yeah.
So that it would have been a bit bigger, far bigger. The turnaround. But if I'd have been on points for that, I might have nicked a few quid. I mean, but I weren't. Like, it's one of them ones, just put your hand up, wanted to be in it, because it was such an iconic film at the time.
Were people really sort of laying into each other?
There were a few broken, well, there was definitely 2 broken legs, a couple of fingers went missing.
There was broken legs?
Yeah, there was broken legs. Well, 2 overzealous because they had riot police in there, and some of them, it was a part-time job doing extra work, so they had the full regalia. And they said, if you come into us, you will get a, and they went, well, they just took that as a offer, so they did, and then they did got battered, and the camera was still rolling.
Looked good on film.
Yeah, very good. That one scene down at, it's gone now, it's a train, there's actually train lines running through it, railway track, Millwall, and on the wall it had turn back and die. That was just sort of charged, like that. Yeah. It was like the plug had been put in, and then they went to work there. Yeah.
So how was it working with Danny Dyer and Tamasan?
Yeah, they're good. That was all good. That's what I'm saying. There was no egos. Yeah, they all wanted to do the best they could, because they all knew that, this film, apart from me, launched everyone. But it's a great premise.
So what ambition have you got in film? What would you like to do? Is anyone?
I can answer that right off the roll of my tongue, and that is to work with my son. And I'd like him to play me as a younger gun. If not, we work together where he's giving me grief. All right, say, look, you're an old man. Slow yourself down.
Would you like to slap him down on film then?
Oh no! I like to get him in my face, and then I'll go, you know what? You're family.
Does he look like you at all?
He does.
Is he a big lad?
He wasn't, but now he's filling out and he's getting to a size. He's more like my father. My father was Navy champion, Johnny Denham, and he's 5'10", 5'11". My dad was. He's got, obviously when they get older they tend to shrink. Bless me, he's gone now, but he does remind me, because he had shoulders, my old man, and my boy reminds me of him.
How tall are you?
I was 6'4.5", and over the years running and bad backs, me and my wife re-registered with the doctor, and they do the old, remember the old thing with the height? And she said, how tall are you? And I went, I know I lost a bit. I go, no, I'm about 6'4", just under. She went, I went, because I've got an inversion bed. I thought, right, brought me back in, up to speed. And she went, no, you're just over 6'3".
Really?
I went, shut up. So, where my L4 and L5, anyone with bad back can know this, it's right at the bottom, they should look like buns, but they're mine are pita bread. Yeah. So,
all the juices
over the years, it's
painful as well.
Yeah, when it goes, it's like being, severed, and you can't do nothing. I've been folded up in cars and put in a car before just to get me home. Yeah. Painful. But I'm a martyr to my back, what I mean.
How's your back now though?
Yeah, touch wood. It's putting up with it, but I do a lot of swimming, cold baths for my back, ice packs, because that seems to revitalise it.
Boxing's probably not the best thing to do.
Not at all, but that's what I do. That's what I've done. Golf won't have me. That one, that's one way of putting it out straight away. Being up the A&E straight after 18 holes, I doubt I'll get round to 3. So.
Okay, so thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the films coming out.
Good.
And I'm looking forward to you getting a bigger part in the future.
Well, let's say this: you become a director, right?
We make films as well, so just give us the budget, and you've got the leading.
Give you the budget. Oh, that's where you fall.
That's the hard bit, isn't it?
Yeah, the budget. Yeah. Can't make a film of Froblands, can you?
No, you can't. Really
Thanks
good talking to you. Really
Andrew.
pleasure, mate.
Thank you, Andrew. Bless you.